Hello, everyone. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. Thank you for waiting on me tonight. If this is your first time, I'd like to invite you to a live stream. And this is where we talk about things with your gift, your sewing, and so forth. And we just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. I go through this every night. Choose which way do I do my hair? It's the opposite of where you go. Okay. But anyway, my name is Evelyn's Creations. We're going to get right to it tonight and we're going to talk about some inspiration. Tonight's title is Take Risks with Your Gift. Okay. What does that mean? That means take a walk of faith. Take a walk of faith with your gift. Okay. And if you do that, you will bounce forward, not backwards. So I want you to take a lift, take a chance, take a great chance with your gift. Okay. And if you do this, you will be so amazed at how things can go. And like they say, if it doesn't work out, you found out that way didn't work out. But you still have to take a lift of faith. I mean a lift, meaning not leap, a lift. Lift yourself up with your gift, and your gift will make room for you. We have a few people that have been, um, you know, when you say, I want to get coaching, and then you go, oh, I know it costs that much. And oh my gosh, things happen, and you just realize that what took me so long. So I'm going to be calling a few people tonight on the spot. And I kind of gave them a hint that I would call them. And usually, what they do is they ask questions when we're on the live. But tonight, I think I want to hand it over to the members and also to a couple people that's getting coached, and just let you see what it's like. Okay. So as I'm doing this update, I'm going to tell you what happened last week. Last week we had 100 questions. Okay, so I missed a few questions, and you text me and you didn't answer my question. I didn't realize it was 100 questions because you're typing, it don't pop up right away. So when it doesn't pop up right away, of course I can't answer it right away. And so later, when I go back and I start clicking off all the levels, I actually start seeing all of the questions that you ask. And unfortunately, I can't answer it after the live is over. I have to try to find a link or find something or see if you've asked me something so I can respond to you. So I really work hard at trying to answer every single question. First of all, a lot of people watch, but they don't ask questions. A lot of people watch and they don't subscribe. That's fine. Okay. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. I would love for you to subscribe. If you have just a few dollars in the couch or more, then I want you to be a member. Because why should you be a member? A member is a person that is saying, I'm a part of this team. I want to know what you got to offer. And then I want to benefit from the offer. Okay, so it goes both ways. You don't just want to be a member and you don't gain anything. You don't want to be a subscriber and you're not inspired by anything. You don't want to be a watcher and never ask a question. So, so it's like this. If you have a basketball team and you got people cheering for you, then you're going to take that very hard jump shot. If you pass the test and everybody's like excited for you, then you feel good that you studied hard for that test. Now that you got the test, let's work the test. Let's see what you learned from the test. Okay. So what I'm actually asking tonight is to be an inspiration to your community. Let your light shine. Even if you have not dug all the way in, by this time in your life, by watching these channels, you should feel a little a little, okay, I could do that. Okay. So I'm asking you tonight to listen. I got a few people I'm gonna call. I'm gonna ask you some questions and I'm gonna let everybody hear what you got to say. Okay. Nobody does that on YouTube. Nobody calls people and asks people what to say and don't know what they're gonna say. I'm gonna take a leap of faith that you can be inspired by more than me tonight. Okay, because I'm gonna give it up every night. I try to give you everything I got. It's the end of the night. I'm still at work. I've already did my 12-hour shift. Okay, so I want to give you. It's like when you run that race. Where I showed you that race, you don't really win until the end. That's when you done gave it your all and you give a little bit more. Well, I done gave my 12 hours. Now I'm finna give you a little bit more. Okay, I'm finna give you a little bit more. So that means I'm finna win the race. Now, when I win the race, I'm gonna grab you with me. I'm gonna take you with me. So we had 100 questions last week, and I am so amazed. We had, you know what happens when I give you something that make you feel good, something that make you feel good. I had. This was a record. I know it may not seem like a lot to you, but it was a lot to me. It was a lot to me. Last week, there was a total of $24.98. That was like they call it it's a super chat. It's like a tip. It's like a aha. You showed me something I didn't know. Oh my God. I mean, thank her for this. Okay. So last week was a record. That was in the gift box. $24.98 that they'll give me in another month. Hey, I'm happy, right? But what I want to say is that means that last week I was really ringing your bells. I was really saying, I was really giving you something that's some meat on the bone. Okay, when you get some meat on the bone, you don't mind paying a little bit. I'm country girl, y'all. First of all, you don't know me. This is Evans Creations. I'm an international fashion designer, but I'm a country girl. So I'll say, got some skin in it, meat on the bones. I say kind of stuff that you say, oh, she definitely from the South. Well, I'm in the South. I'm in Florida, and I've been a designer mostly all of my life for 34 years, 30 all of my adult life. And I've been around the world at least 6 times. I've been in every body of water. I've had featured designs on cruise ships for different African American occasions, and I did some movie theaters. I did some name brand people, their album covers, and I did their clothing. And I just have a really long resume as far as going to fashion. I've been a stowaway on a plane, not on the plane, but on the train. Been through all of Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Paris, London, all those places. I've been on watching designers as a very young, courageous young woman to do those things, and came out alive and came back and decided I wanted to travel around and show my wares. And then I got married, and then I settled down and started building stores in a mall. So that's a wrap of my story. But what I want you to know tonight is that what hit me about tonight is I just felt like people was afraid of taking a risk. I felt that people were thinking about what their family would say, what their spouses would say, or what their friends would say when they start selling something. Okay, this channel, I'm a designer, fashion, but this channel is for all those who are afraid of taking a step or leap of faith. And you all have a gift. And if you use it, it will come to you tenfold. Okay, it will come with you tenfold. You just gotta believe. And if you believe it will happen. I mean, it will happen. There's no other way to say it. When everybody's down and everybody's going through what's going on in the media, if you find a quiet spot in your life, in your house, in your corner, in your room, and you start creating and block out the noise, Because guess what? Most of the people that's making the noise are already rich. They just want your attention. You know, I'm gonna tell you something my dad always told me. He said, don't ever lose your mind. You can make it if you control your mind, right? So when you give all that attention, that means your mind goes over there with that attention. And you have started to lose your mind with the noise, because the noise is not benefiting you. It's going to take energy away from you. So I'm not saying don't know what's going on, but just give it a little bit, maybe like 3%. Okay. So if you can control your mind, you can control your mindset, and your mindset will bring you your wealth through your handmade gift, whether it's art, whether it's sewing, um, whether it's I want to say quilting. I had someone to text me these beautiful, beautiful quilts they're making, and she was expressing in me how tough it was to do certain things. And what that means is that your life is busy or your household is busy. And when your household is busy, it's very difficult to get into your craft. So for that person that's watching, she told me, or she texted me, she said, I watch you 95% of the time. I'm like, whoa, 95% of the, she says, I watch your YouTube 95% of the time. Now that's a real, now, she may not even be a member. And I'm not sure if she is or not. But I'm inspiring her to keep going. And that's what I want you to know. I want to inspire you to keep going. And once she told me, she said she had 26 squares. They to me they look like quilts. She called them squares. And she showed me all these beautiful squares. So so and they're so beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you what's the best thing about these quilts that she's making is that she takes the smallest piece of fabric and make a slot for it. In other words, some quilters it's got to be big, but she got she just got small pieces, then big pieces, then small pieces, and then lines here and lines here. It's almost, to me it almost looked like how they say it's a message in the quilt to tell you where you're going or where you need to be or where you've been or where you want to be. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But she did all this, and she says she sounded like she was doubting herself. And I want you to know tonight that this video is for you. If you've been watching me 95% of the time, then I got to come with it tonight. I got to come with it because I'm your shero and you're my shero, because when I saw what you was doing and I saw how intricate it was, and I saw it just reminded me when I was probably 5 years old, sitting on a Crisco can, looking at my grandmother make quilts by hand at the back door of the kitchen with the door open for light, and she was quilting, and I would say, oh my God, I would never want to do that. I remember that like yesterday as a 5-year-old watching her do that. And when I saw her work, I said, oh my gosh, this is something. This is amazing. This is something that's going to be cherished. This is an heirloom. So when I say take your gift and run with it, because even as a small quilt, if it was bordered, or I think she has it bordered, and it was framed, it would be very, to make a lot of money with quilts, it don't have to be really big. They can be small quilts that you've made distinctively and did just an amazing job with. So it doesn't have to be big. Everything doesn't have to be big to make money. So I just want to say that to you tonight, because um everybody is dealing with something. And some of it might be social media, where I am. Some of it might be, I'm watching too much of this stuff. Let me get out of here. Well, this is the channel to be on. Tonight, this is Evans Creations. We're inspiring you to do your gift. We want you to work it out. Okay? So the first person that I'm going to call this person right now, and I'm gonna put her on speakerphone. She don't even know who it is, but get your phone out. If you're not watching me on your phone, then maybe watch me on TV, but get your phone out because I'm finna call this person, and I'm gonna give her about 5 minutes to talk with the group and ask her, what's going on. Okay, here we go. Let's see if she answers. Excuse me. Hello.
Hello, this is Marion.
Hi, Miriam. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations on YouTube. How are you doing?
Hi, Mrs. Evelyn. I'm doing great.
Okay. Miriam has a full-time job, and I want you to speak to the team today and the boot camp today and tell them how you've been inspired with your courses on taking classes for your business.
Yes, I've found that the coaching that I've received, it has really given me a level of confidence to be able to, just to move forward. And I get kind of excited and I want to go faster that I'm ready. And it's good to have someone to bounce things off of. And they kind of say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Because I almost made a $300 mistake the other day. And I texted Miss Evelyn right when I had done it. And she was like, whoa, whoa, no, no. And she gave me some advice about what to do. We had to do with trying to get my business license and stuff. And so I called my bank and canceled the transaction. And she told me how to do it for $125. And, that's really gives you your money back.
Okay, so hold for that second. Okay, so right now what we have is we have a live caller on the line. She is a member. She's been a member, right? Maybe 6-7 months, I would say. And
yes, I think it was November.
November, okay. So her company name is Masterpiece Design. She's calling out of North Carolina. She didn't know I was gonna call. I'm gonna call somebody else. So as soon as I want you to be raising your hand, say some questions. But let me tell you what Marion was doing. First, let me tell you about the coaching. The coaching right now is $1,200. It will go up because I'm a hands-on person. Now, for those who have paid for coaching and are still getting it together, the coaching is a year. Okay. So when I ask you for pictures and I ask you for different things, sometimes that takes a minute, right? Um, I'm not going to rush you, but I want you to know I'm here because everybody's at a different place. You might be just starting to learn how to sew. You might be already sewing, but you need to sell online. You may be don't know how to take pictures. You may not know where to put your stuff at online. You may not even know where to get your business license from. You may be doing business, but you're not doing official business. Okay. So what comes with the coaching is way more than just knowing how to sew, knowing how to list, knowing how to deal with reviews, know how to deal with pricing, knowing how to package. No, I mean it's a million pieces to it, but you don't have to deal with all million at one time. So those who's already actively, paid for their coaching and they're starting to get their stuff together, that's fine. But what I'm telling you is I'm here for you. And Marion was just about to make a $350 mistake, between 330 350 mistake. And had she did that, guess what? That would have been money that she couldn't have did with supplies, fabrics, business cards, flyers, things to get on, maybe upgrade her phone or her lens on her phone to take better pictures, lighting. Because when you put out a big chunk of money, what happens is when you start opening your business, there's a lot of people that will take your business idea and they'll pop up and it'll look like it's an official business website. So when she said, listen, Evelyn, I got some questions. I want to get this done. So the first thing I did was I went and researched her state. What does her state require? What does she need to do? And how much it should cost. And when I saw that the 400 and some dollars, and it should have only been 125, and I would coach her through the letters, coach her to the letter on what she need to put in that. That's money that she would have spent. And that's not all. When you go on those websites and you put your information in and you do it, and then you realize you could do it yourself, guess what they do? When you go in and you click, 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 before you know it, you click a automatic renewal. So the next year when it comes around, which will be so fast, they'll snatch that money out of her account again. And if it's not in her account, they'll keep trying. And then when they can't get it, then they'll say, you owe us this money because you signed this contract. Right? And you don't want to be in that position. So what I'm saying to you is that I don't want you to be afraid, but to start making some real money, you got to get into the game to win the game. You got to get your business started. You got to get a website. You got to get an online business. You got to get your social media page up. You got to be findable. So when you do all that work and you price your items, it's well worth what you charge because you are a legitimate business. And then what happens is once you become a legitimate business, my goal is for you to get at least $50,000 line of credit. Excuse me. You can't get the line of business credit if you're not already in the game. That doesn't mean you need 50,000. But if you knew you had the ability, if you had the ability to be tax exempt on the things that you buy for your business, and then if you buy something for your business, you can also exempt that if you need it for personal use, because what happens at the end of the day, the people that start a business that pay taxes, that's what make America works. Or that's what make your country works. Wherever you're watching for, when you start a business, you pay into a pool that actually keeps the firemen going, the police officers going, the ambulances going. There's a percentage of your taxes that keeps your government, your roads being built. Okay. So Miriam had another thing. Marion, how much did it cost you to get your car fixed?
Initially, the dealership wanted to charge me $1,600.
Okay.
So I started Googling and talking to my neighbor and asking people questions. And I figured out, narrowed down what was going on with my car. So I started talking, educated. Like a lot of times, I hate to say this, but it's true. When a woman go to the dealership, they think you don't have a clue and they just tell you anything and think you're just going to drop it and go. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this because actually my day job, I work from home and I was like, I'll park it before I pay that. So when they realized, okay, but the thing that got me, I've been going there for years. I always have been taking my car there, but they kept going back and forth and contradicting stuff they had said, and I was like, no. So I paid the diagnostic fee and requested that they give me the code numbers because, I pay you $177 because you're gonna do a diagnostic. On the same machine that I bought from Amazon, and the same code numbers came up. And then you're gonna say $1,600. Like it was gonna be like $650 labor and $870 something for a part. So I called the family member, and they ended up referring me to someone they had used. and they have an official business, family care auto place. So I called them, and they got me in, and I end up. It was truly the alternator was like overcharging my battery, and the battery had exploded initially. So it was a long story.
Okay, long story. You got the car fixed, right?
Got the car fixed for like altogether about $500.
Now, this is the thing about the car being fixed. Took us a minute to get there, Miriam. Okay, but we got there. But guess what? When she got the car fixed, guess what she did? What'd you sell the guy?
He asked for a pajama set because I told him that I sew and have a sewing business, and he said, "You got any pictures?" So I pulled my phone out and I showed him a dress I had made from that beautiful gold, and I think it's a purple or like a midnight blue peacock fabric.
Okay.
And he was like, "I want pajamas."
So Miriam, listen to this, you all. Miriam took a roundabout and found someone. She opened her mouth. She spread a word. They gave her a person to fix her car, and then in exchange, she had to pay to get her car fixed, but she also was able to make a sale, not only to the gentleman, but he wanted pajamas, he wanted slippers,
Yeah.
and then he wanted his daughter to have what, shoes too?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying to say this to you all about it is that whatever life throws at you, the answer to taking care of it is your gift. So she still saved over $1,100, but now she's gonna keep chopping it down and chopping it down. And the guy want a pair of pajamas, and she asked me, "What should I charge? Can you tell him about that?"
Yes, because I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe $50, and she was like, "No, those two pieces would be $95."
Right. So if you're making me in pajamas, look, everybody, I don't know about you, but I just done got to where I like pajamas now. You know, I like to have on pajamas. I like to get up in the morning, put on the pajamas, get my coffee, look at my few beans that I'm planted in the backyard. I like pajamas, but really the going price for pajamas is $100. I'm talking about for women or men. If you make a two-piece set, she showed me a two-piece set, top and the bottom. She bought a pattern to make these pajamas, which is fine. Okay. But the pajamas got a drawstring in it or elastic in it. The top got buttons. So I told her that her price should be, her price she quoted to me was going to be $70. I told her to be $100. And then she said he wants slippers. So I said, okay, so make it for 150 and throw in a sleeveless top. Like she can make the pajamas with long sleeves. She can make the pajamas with short sleeves or no sleeves. Or she can make him some shorts. Like if you want to be in the pajamas cooking or something, he could be in that as well. But she has the equipment to make the soft slippers. Okay, your regular sewing, if you got a heavy duty Singer sewing machine, you can make slippers with that machine as well. If you have a denim needle or a heavy duty needle, you can make them as well. But what I'm saying to you is that every crisis that you have, large or small, like she was fortunate she could be at home and not have to use the car until she got to go somewhere. But of course, you want to have your car fixed. And yes. But at the same time, though, she was able to turn the transaction around and make a sale. And that's what we got to get used to. Ask for the sale.
And he also asked me for business cards the day that I dropped my car off. I didn't have that many on me. He was like, I need more than that. He said, I'm going to put them in here in my office. So I didn't even think of saying, I probably should have thought of that myself. But the client asked me for business cards.
Right. So this is a thing too. If you have, or if you can make you a sample business card on your computer or on your phone or any type of graphics, make the card, screenshot it, and share it with the person that's asking for the card. Okay. If you only have one or two cards left, always say, would you take a picture of my card? And it'll always come up in their photo gallery, and then they can save it to your name. So there's always a way to have a card when you need to make sure you pass it on, because the last thing you have is the card. And then you also want to have your label in your items with your phone number. If you're getting your labels made, make sure you put your phone number in there so that the people can find you. Okay, Miriam, I thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to call another person. She don't know I'm going to call her. So if you're on your phone and you're not looking at me on the TV, then answer my call. I'm going to do one more, and then I will, and you can come back on. But I just want to ask some questions, and we're going to try to keep it down to 5 minutes. And this is somebody who is just become a member, and let's see if she answers. Excuse me. Okay, what we're doing tonight is we are hello, Constance. You're live on YouTube. How are you tonight?
Okay.
You're okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you shocked?
No, I'm at home.
I said, are you surprised?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're calling members. We want to get you pumped up. We're in the second quarter. So every time I come on, I'm going to be doing some new calls for the members to come in and share their experiences and what they're going through. Okay, Constance, I know you are brand new.
Yes.
And you're asking a lot of questions. How do you feel about it so far?
I am excited and nervous at the same time.
Great answer. What you excited about?
I'm excited to see what I can do, my growth. Just knowing that, excuse me, I was popping popcorn. I'm sorry if y'all hear that in the background. But I'm excited to see what's inside of me, what will come out of me, just being a part of this awesome team, and by you coaching me. I'm nervous too, but I'm very excited to see what's going to happen.
Okay, I'm going to share a couple things that you asked me. What I like about Constance and I like about Miriam is that they never run out of questions. They're asking. Somebody say, "Oh no, that's too many questions." No, what I'm saying is that it's a growth period, and it's a period. I'm gonna put you on mute because I hear your popcorn. Okay.
Okay.
It's a growth period that we have, and what happens is in the growth period you have a lot of questions, and one of Constance's challenges is that she makes one-of-a-kind items. Okay, she does fashion shows, and she says she normally sells a lot when she do her fashion shows, but she needs some right now money. I need some right now money. I need to get some stuff paid. I got some bills. I got some things I want to do. She's building a business, a beauty salon, where she can also have a boutique in it. So she needs some residual income coming in as she's doing this major project. Okay. So what we have to do now, this is for all of you who are watching me, who make one-of-a-kind items. It's a mindset. This is a mindset change. Okay, before I tell you to stop it. Before I tell you to stop it, I'm going to tell you why. She's popping popcorn, right? Okay, she's popping popcorn. She got her favorite popcorn. When she go to the store, she want to get that favorite popcorn. What if they change the popcorn every time? You're going to go, no, I want that same popcorn. Okay, for those who do a lot of cleaning. Remember before we had a whole lot of money for bleach, we had this thing that called Comet. It's just like powdered bleach that's in the green can with the white writing, maybe a little red on it. When we go look for Comet, we look for it in the same can. Okay. When you go to Popeyes, it's the same color building. It's the same color bag. When you shop for ketchup, whether it's the store brand or if it's Heinz, it's the same taste. So when you're building your millions, just slowly breathe this in and get it. Okay? When you want to make a lot of money, you're going to be selling your items to people all over the world. And they're going to want a part of you, and they're going to want that favorite part that they like. And when you get to selling volume of what you do, and you do it so fast because you done did it 100 times, you will make more money and you'll get faster at it, and then you'll do more gifts. So what I'm saying to you is that if you're selling something and you're making something or you're designing something, even when the artists make a nice piece, they go get prints made, right? You pay a whole lot for the original, but everybody want a piece of that original art. Remember when what's his name? Bill Cosby. When you watch the Cosby, those who are young enough or wise enough or old enough to know about the Bill Cosby, he had that picture on the wall with the funeral procession, and everybody wanted that funeral procession. Okay, so your picture was made one time, but there were duplicates of it. That favorite handbag that you like, the artist made it one time and they sent it to the factory. So what we do as individuals, we start to say, I want to make originals. Well, when you make originals, it's good if you have a website that says all one of a kind. Well, that one item, if it's one of a kind, if it's $100 or $2,000, it's only going to get you one sale, one time, in time. When you go through the boot camp, you got to realize you got to be able to make multiple pieces to keep that cash flow continuing to go. Because if you put that one item in, she's showing me a lot of dresses that she has made. Nice, simple dresses, great for the summer, airy, flowing, just woo, woo, woo. Okay, and they can fit multiple sizes. In fact, the dresses that she showed me, she can wear, it could be a size 2 or a size 22. It could fit multiple sizes. Okay, so it's a no-brainer. All they got to do is put a belt with it, or they can swing with it. So it's not a like, I don't know if it'll fit. No, it'll fit. I promise you it'll fit, right? But what happens is if you got that staple fabric, it looks great. And you could sell 20 at one show. But if you only had one, you went home with the $100. If you had 20, you went home with the $2,000. Okay? So what I want you to know, whether you take the coaching or not, whether you're a subscriber or not, whether you're a member or not, this is why you want to take the coaching. This is why you want to be a member, and this is why you want to be a subscriber. Because the more people engage and they share what they're going through, I can pour it out to you, and I can show you how you can make more. Okay, my baddest habit that I have is a Coke, drinking a Coca-Cola. That's my shot of energy. Okay, that's my, oh, here she come. She gonna sit on me all day to get this skirt made. Oh, let me have my Coke. Okay, I have clients like that I have to take a little upper, right? But I've been working on my water a whole lot. I'm like, I'm not taking no Cokes this week. I'm gonna have water. I'm dehydrated, so I'm gonna take some water. But what I want to say is that when you make the same thing and it got elastic in it, or it flows, and it's a hot, when I say hot, meaning a really good color, you can sell that to anybody. You can actually sell it to somebody that's not going to wear it, but they want it as a gift for somebody else. But if you only got that one dress, one place where you got, look, I did conventions where there were 50,000 people. I did conventions where there were 50,000 people, like the National Education Association. It's the largest convention in the United States. And if you only got one, if you went back to my last picture for last week's live, you saw me. I was actually in Las Vegas and I had all these dresses I had pre-made on this rack. And it was a Delta Sigma Theta convention, and I was not going to sell out. So I had every design, every one. I had about 10 racks like that. I had shipped everything over to Las Vegas, and I planned on coming back with just my racks on the train. So I came heavy because I had to learn. I had to learn from a little small lady from California. She said, "Baby, you ain't going to make no money like that." I said, "What?" She said, "Everybody going to want that, and you only got two." She said, "You're going to sit here the whole convention and you ain't going to make no money because they're going to want that item right there." Sure enough, within the first hour, I had made 2 sales. Everything else was like, not nice as the other one. Not nice as the other one. You know what I mean? So what you got to do is you got to get your mindset ready to make a whole lot of money. And when that item hits, fine. I'm going to give you another example. I'm still selling items that I put online 9 years ago. The same exact item 9 years ago, the same exact hat, the same way I'm selling. And every time I get down low, I'll say I got 20 more. I got 10 more. And sometimes I wake up, I got 3 sales for that same hat because it's in everybody's cart. When they get their pay period, they'll go ahead and purchase it. So to get Constance where she has to be, she has to get the items that she have duplicates. She has to get videos, 9-second videos showing the action. She got live mannequins already in it. They showing engagement. They're showing they're happy. And we got to just name the garment. We got to name the garment and push the garment and give the length and the width and show how many sizes it is. Machine washable, great for cruises, great for, she even have it where you can put tops over them and make it formal. Okay. So all we got to do is just work on the depth of that item. Okay. And going back to Miriam got a dozen hats, right? We call it the floppy hats or the bucket hats. All she got to do is put a flower on some of them and keep some of them plain. So the guys will wear the plain ones, but the females are like one if she just take the fabric and curl it up and make it like a little flower or make it like a bow, then they'll wear that denim hat all day. So denim would be great. Okay, so you say you're excited and you're scared. What are you scared about?
Not able to get the fabric that I need so that I can make the duplicates, because first of all, so many people bless me with a lot of the fabric. And then I had fabric. I bought fabric, but I only bought just a little bit. So I guess what it is making sure that I have enough fabric to make the shift swing dresses, because that's what I call them.
Okay.
So that's the issue here.
Okay, so this is the suggestion for that. She has her items, and then we have to start looking for a larger, which I have if there's a certain type of fabric that I could help her find and get her some great prices on, she can do that. But what she also can do is she can have a sale. You have to have your price up so you can give a sale, right? So when you have a sale, then you have a sale. So you got $200, $300, $400 in cash or charge or credit. Then that's what we would do to go ahead and get the fabric, and we get it in bulk. So when she buys her fabric, she needs to buy a bolt of fabric, or she needs to buy like some solids, and she can accessorize the top with colors. Okay. So now what's going to happen with Constance is I'm going to work with her to get her credit lines, business credit lines up, so she can have the cash flow. So if she has to go meet a supplier in New York or Dallas or LA, then when she see the fabric that she wants, then she could buy the whole boat. Okay. So sometimes when you're starting a project, you're like, okay, I got this business, I got this idea, I got these samples, but I don't have the money to do it. I barely paid for coaching, right? So what we have to do is we have to get her lines of credit. And when we get her lines of credit, we're going to work with credit lines. We're going to get her some net 30s. That means you only pay in 30 days. And then we'll get her the credit cards that she need to invest in the fabric. And when she gets the fabric, we're not going to buy a yard. We're going to buy the bolt, or we're going to buy the whole 6-yard pieces or the whole 12-yard pieces. And that's how she's going to be able to sustain her business. And then once we get her 5 or 6 credit lines out, then people are going to pre-approve her and give her $5,000 credit cards or $3,000 credit cards. And as she gets those credit cards, the limit's going to go up as she keeps those balances, as she keep her credit card paid. Okay, Constance, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now I want to tell you something about business credit versus personal credit. Now, when you have a business credit card, it doesn't matter how high your limit is. When you have a personal credit card, they want you to keep your credit cards low because it can make your credit score shows that you're at a high balance. So your credit score will go up and down, right? But your credit score you can always repair your credit. Bad credit, all you gotta do is start paying your bills and start paying your bills on time and start paying a little bit more than the minimum. Okay. There are going to be times you might have to max out your card, then you start paying them down and so forth. So if you got a business, the good thing about a business is you will stop using your personal cards and you'll start using your business cards. When you have a business card, if say you got a $5,000 balance on your business card, you just bought all your fabric, all your supplies, you just got your car fixed that you had to get done to go even to buy your supplies and get to your clients. Well, if you got a business credit card and you on the Experian, the Dun & Bradstreet and all that good stuff, and you pay your business, if you pay on your card on the 30th or within the 30 days, it doesn't matter how much is on your card. It's totally different from personal. If you pay your credit card payment, say you got a $5,000 card and your payment is $220 for that month. You pay them $240. Your business credit, it doesn't matter. All the business people say is she got $5,000 worth of credit. She pay her cards on time. We're going to give her some more credit. Now, of course, you use your credit wisely. And of course, you use it for what you need that's going to generate you money. Okay. So if you use your business credit cards and you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 worth of credit, and you pay your cards on time or before time, you have a great credit score, no matter how much credit it is. Okay. Business people talk to each other. They say, oh, she got good credit. Oh, she does this. Do you have 30, 60, 90? Did she pay it within 30 days? A1 credit. Did she pay it within 60 days? B credit. Did she pay it within 90 days? C credit. Okay, you want to stay with the A credit at all times. If you go to B credit, you just pay the card the next couple days or the next week. And the thing about business credit, there's usually no late fee. They want you to get back on your feet and do business. Okay. And they don't want to hear, I can't pay it this week, but do your business credit use your card, and then pay it. Pay on it, pay it. You don't have to say I got to pay it all off. You know what I mean? That's why it keeps you moving and it keeps you doing things. Only time business credit go bad is when you start using your business credit for personal things that's not going to make you no money. If you use your business credit right and you invest in thread, zippers, needles, like if say you buy zippers and you're going to buy 100 zippers, 100 zippers going to cost you maybe $20. And if you go to the store, one zipper long going to cost you $5. It's better to spend the $20 on your card to get the 100 zippers. Okay. And then when you get the 100 zippers, you're going to get all sizes from 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 26 inches. And you're going to get all colors. So it's a better deal to get those zippers. But you can't think like that if you are hurting for money, if you've already maxed out your personal debt, and now you're trying to sew something and make something or paint something or quilt something to generate that revenue. So that's why the coaching is a good, I mean, as long as I can do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick with you. But what I'm saying right now, I'm giving everybody a year. Some of those in the background are getting your things together, getting your items together, getting your pictures together. This is our second quarter. We're getting it together and we're preparing for a great Christmas. Most of your sales will be in the Christmas season. But once you start getting it together and you get to your Christmas and you got inventory, you'll see that your business will continue to be rising up all year. It won't be just a holiday. In fact, if you put a sale on, you're going to be busy, busy, busy. If you don't want to be too busy because you got stuff going on, you just keep your prices where they are. People still going to buy because some people don't care about the sale. Some people don't wait on the sale, and some people, they save for the sale. Or they'll even send you a note, say, when are you going to have a sale? Because I got 5 things I want to buy right now. All right? So, take risks with your gift is the title tonight. Take risks with your gift. And if you do that, it will push you forward. It will keep you going where you want to go. It will keep you in direction. When you're trying to figure it out, that sale will come. Why are you saying, oh man, I got to get this done? The sale will come. The sale will come. Just trust. Trust. Keep out the noise. Nobody want to know about this man that's dead over here. Nobody want to know about this over there. We just got to stay focused. See, get 2% of that of your, know what's going on, but find out what's going on with you. Where are my new hats at? Where are my new dresses at? Okay, where's my new jewelry I should be having out? Because once it calms down, no matter how bad it gets, people are going to spend money. And they're going to spend money more on food and gas. Conserve your food, meaning your prices. Conserve your gas. Stay with your gift. Keep with your gift. Make your inventory. Take some pictures. See how Miriam made money with just a picture in her phone? I'm telling everybody, whether you're getting coached or not, everything you do, have pictures in your phone. Oh, what are you looking for? They know there's files on your phone now. Put that in that file. Put this in this file. What are you looking for? Can I send you these photos? All right. People send me. In fact, I got a client coming in. She's already landed from California, Los Angeles. She showed me a picture that she wanted me to make her in her phone. She will come tomorrow. She will get the dress and she'll fly back in a couple days. But she will get that dress tomorrow when she come in. She sent me a picture in her phone. I got another client coming an hour away. She want this dress made, Nigerian dress. How do you want it made? She sent me the picture. I got the fabric. Boom. She's getting it done. Now I'm gonna give you some prices, which I really want. I know everybody's talking about prices. What does it cost if somebody want a custom made dress? If it's a dress that takes you a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours to make that dress, I say you can comfortably, and if you have the fabric, you can comfortably make that dress for $195. That dress can be, now it depends on the fabric and it depends on the style. and it depends on how much your fabric cost is. But when you buy your fabric in bulk, you usually get a better price. And when you get that better price, you can easily say you can take 3 or 4 yards to make a dress, 195. Because you got to remember, when you make a dress in person, you're not just making a dress on the rack, you're making a dress that has a custom fit them. So you got to have money in there that's going to be, okay, I got to take her measurements. I might have to hem it. I might have to do this. I might have to do that. So you got to take into account that it's not going to be about the rack. The person is going to be a little bit more particular, and they're going to make sure it fits right. And if it fits right, remember what I said? Give the loyalty card. After they get 6 purchases, give them a bonus back, a free dress, free skirt, free hat, something to make them come back and want to keep coming back and spending money with you. Now, if it's a bridal dress, if it's a dress that has some couture to it, those dresses I normally charge, and you can too. I don't matter what skill set you're at. Don't say, oh, I can't charge it because I'm not that good. No, you're going to get better and better and better. And the person will make you better because they will tell you what's wrong and they will tell you what's right. Okay? In order to get better, you have to charge to get better because you're going to figure it out. You're going to say, okay, she don't like that. I'm going to figure it out. I'll take all those seams out. Okay, come in. Let me fit that to it. You're going to learn patience when you're sewing. You're going to learn how to take the person's word, make sure they have on the right undergarment, and you're going to get the fit that they want. Now, those particular dresses start at $250 and up. And that's if they have everything for the package. Remember what I said? If it's a simple dress, you can charge less because it's going to be whoop, whoop. Not that many fittings. It's simple. It's flowing. It's moving. Okay. Now these are dressy dresses, but they're not like summer dresses. They're good dresses. Okay. But if it's a formal dress, you want to add, you gotta do a little bit more precise, and then you're gonna have to charge a little bit more. And then when they come in, you can't have no distractions. All right. And again, when you're making anything formal, write it down. They're satisfied. When they take it, they can go. If they come back and it's something simple, you can do that free. But if it's something that takes time, you have to charge them an alteration fee. Because sometimes people will take the dress away. They go home, they try it on. Everybody going to throw rocks at it or throw claps at it. And they might say, well, make it a little tighter. Well, make it a little tighter might be $20 extra. Because your time is valuable. You can't get that back. Okay? So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that the garments that you're charging for is going to be, you're never going to, let me say it like this, you're never going to get what's really worth your time. The garments that you're making personally is it's like an injection of cash. It's like an injection of cash. You get that cash up front and you work with that. But then in the meantime, you're making the garments that you're going to continue to sell over and over and over, the hats over and over and over. See, like these hats right here? See why I have this many hats? Because I'm going to sell all of them. I'm going to paint them or put something on them, and they're going to sell. And when I put it on there, I can't say I got one. I'm going to start with 20, but I'm going to say I got 10. And then if somebody said, well, do you have more? Yeah, I have more. Then I'll make more. So I wasn't always at this point, but now I buy them in the case. Excuse me. So what I'm saying is that's where you all will be. You will be at a point where you can make multiple sales because you have multiple of the same item. My last example of this is when you go into your favorite store and you see this beautiful shirt or this blouse or these pants, right? And they got a rack of them. They might have 10 blouses, and they got 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, 2 extra large, 2 double extra large. Well, guess what? You're going to go pick out your size. The person behind you going to pick out their size. The person behind them gonna pick out one for them and one for mama. Okay, the person from that I'm gonna get my little sister one. Well, if they only had one on that rack just like that, the first person gonna walk away because it's not my size. The second person gonna walk away because it's not enough. The third person gonna complain, why y'all ain't got no inventory? Okay? So when you put that out to the universe, like Constance, I got these beautiful swing dresses and everybody love them, then all she got to do is change the fabric to make more money. She said she was blessed with these fabrics. She loved these fabrics. She's showing these fabrics. Okay, fine. Then guess what? She know how to make them fast, which is a key. She can build them up by making little tops to go over them because they little straps right here. But now she can change the fabric. She can go to, if she take that same fabric and put it in a nice linen, or she put it in a nice broadcloth, or she put it in a say, even if she put it in in something like coarse, like if she did that same top and put sleeves on it and made it for the winter, the same style. People, women are like peacocks. They flare. They got body. They move and they sway. So no matter what she did with that design, if she changed the fabric, add sleeves and a collar, might take another hour, maybe 30 minutes. If she could take 3/4 sleeves, short sleeves, she add a collar to it. If somebody's just going out or they traveling, that's a nice travel piece. When you go in the airport, you like to be swinging and looking and saying, okay. And she could just change it. She could change it up. She can take that one design and do so many things with it and make lots of sales. Now, I'm going to go and see, can I answer some questions? Because I told you, excuse me, last week, I had 100 questions and I wasn't able to answer them all. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to see, can I answer some questions? So let me go back there. And thank you all for allowing me to listen to some of the members here. Okay, I'm just going to do some shout outs here. This is Miriam. She's saying hello. She was one of our guest speakers today. This is Soul Pearls Creations. She's speaking to everyone. I like that. And Lumina Laser, she made a live visit. All right, she got it. Jean Robinson is saying hello to everyone. This is Soul Pearls Creations. Absolute. She says, absolutely. Where your mind is goes energies and flows. Yes, it does. Marian's talking about the quilters. She said, her quilts look great. This is Rose. She says, beautiful dress color on you. Oh, thank you. This is actually a wrap top. This is a short sleeve with the bubble. I got a little, in fact, there's no elastic at the bottom, but this is like a layer. It's like a little layer sleeves. It's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm sitting down, so it's moved. But this is just a wrap top you can take this, just the front of your blouse, just cut it this way and that way in the back. And this is a wrap top. My mom always liked me wearing this, so I got a picture on me tonight. So I felt like bringing her to our YouTube tonight. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Constance is saying, good evening, creative millionaires. That's right. We are a creative of multiple millionaires on this channel. So thank you, Constance, for that. I hope the popcorn is good. This is Indigo Silk. She says, hello, please, and thank you. Like the thumbs up. Okay, this is Constance is also saying that you can have digital cards on your phone. That means you will get this information as well. You can have digital cards. You can do digital cards. I still like that little card. This is my loyalty card right here. This is my loyalty card. And this is where you have the 6 holes that I punch. But I like giving that paper card. On these cards, I like them waxed on the front. This right here on the back is where I have the 6 visits. After the 6 visits, we average up what they spend. On the 7th visit, it's all biblical. Then I got the year down here. This is an old one from 2022. So every year I start a new card. And then this is what you give your client. And I suggest you do this with everybody. You do hairstyles, add your little tip in there on the top of the hair. Give them a loyalty card. Say, hey, you with me? I got you. Here's your birth. Use this for your birthday. Use this for Christmas. So I got you. The loyalty cards work. I'm gonna tell you how the loyalty cards work with me. The janitors got them in here. The guy out there right now sweeping the floor. He got one of my cards in his wallet. The supervisor, the security, okay, and plus my clients. All of them got my card in their wallet. And when they get challenged, they be like, oh man, I only got to get one more. I done spent $50 with her 4 times, or I spent $50 with her 6 times. Now I'm gonna average it up. Now they get a $50, and they like buying the little small stuff like shea butter, toothpaste, incense, deodorants, oils. Those are the things they buy, and they love this loyalty card. So your digital card can also be a loyalty card. This is not my business card, but this is a card that I give out to all my clients that keep me on their mind. Remember we said mindset? Keep them on my mind. That means that when they spend their money, it has more value. And that means their value never go down. That means that she cares. She know it's tough out here. She's willing to give me something back. And I'm gonna tell you what's good about the loyalty cards. The loyalty cards will bring them back and a friend. People shop in twos. When you sit here and you look, hardly anybody goes shopping by themselves anymore, unless they're in a hurry. Come on, girl, let's go out to eat. Come on, girl, let's go get something. Let's go buy something. Let's go see what she got. Okay, so when they come, they pull out their loyalty card. Then their friends say, well, I got to find me something to buy because I want one of them cards. And it works. It keeps them coming back. It's the cashback card for your business. Don't forget, Vistaprint is where you get these from. Unless you are on this line and you print cards, let me know. Vistaprint will print these cards for you. You get 500 for, I think, $25 or $30. And when you go to Vistaprint, ask them, Google if they got a coupon sale. And then you can place your cards, get them in 4 or 5 days. Okay, the next one says... Okay, Sweet Pearl Creations said, congratulations. Awesome to Miriam. Miriam's responding. Thank you. I love when you guys are going back and forth. Okay, somebody said, Miriam said she remembers the comic. Yeah, don't forget about the comic. Let's see here. I'm doing this because I got told I didn't answer questions last week. So we had 100 questions. Yeah, 50,000 people is a lot to stand out. And you know what happens when you do a big convention? If you ever do a big convention of 20,000 more or so, what happens when people see your setup? Guess what they do? They got to sit in this. They got to sit in this arena and listen to the speaker. They got to listen to the speaker. So when they're listening to the speaker, they get bored and they might sit in the Florida section, and they know their good friend is in the North Carolina section or the Indiana section or the Michigan section. So what they do, they look at your booth, they take a picture, and they text it to them. And they say, girl, she got this for $150. I'm going to get that. And the next one say, oh, I'm going to get that too. She got 2. Oh, I saw 4 down there. So that's what happened. When you're in a big convention, people have to sit in their seat because they get paid to be there. And they got to be in that seat. And when they're in that seat, they texting. And when they texting and they go on break, guess what they do? They come in and they buy you out. Just like that. You got to have 2 credit card swipers. Bam, 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 bam. And boy, you feel like Christmas. You feel like, oh, Lord, thank you for keeping me up all night and making this stuff. They want it. They want it. Okay. Okay, let's see what else. This is Lumla. She says, love hearing experiences from other boot camp members. Thank you for all sharing. Thank you, Lumna. That's my Florida girl. Okay. Okay, this is Marion. Great idea to put a flower on the bucket hats. Yes, make your items soft. Make your items soft. Don't make them like they were mass produced. Even though I'm telling you to mass produce like in tins or have the items, This is another question she asked me. This is Miriam again. She said, when I make these items, Miss Evelyn, do I make all 10 of them? And my answer is no. You make 1 or 2, and you have the materials to make 10. The reason being because if you make all 10, you may need to make it a custom size. And you don't want all 10 to be the same size or all the 10 to be one size. Okay, so that was a good question. All right. Okay, this is Demalia. Hi, Miss Evelyn, for boot camps. Yes. Thanks. Makes sense. That's Sweet Pearls Creation. I love that name. Sweet. That ought to be a song. Sweet Pearls Creation. Sound like a good song with a yellow dress. Sweet Pearl Create. Okay. This is Constance. I'm gonna jump on that loyalty card. I have a gift card that I have when I do hair, and put much, and how I put much. Okay, it says, and how do I put what toward the hair? Okay, I'm gonna go over the loyalty card again, because everybody watching tonight should have a loyalty card. Now, if you don't have a little puncher that you buy from the dollar store, you can just initial the little spots. Okay, you got the little spots right there. You can do your loyalty card for however many days you want. Okay, I do my loyalty card for 7 days a week. 7 is my number. And I'm like, some people do for 10, some people do for 12. I think, I'm going to tell you like this. When I give out a loyalty card, somebody come in their store and they'll buy something for $100. They don't have to. The loyalty card is for any amount of money. It's no certain amount of money. But let me tell you what happens at least 60% of the time. 60%. When I give a loyalty card and they spend $100, or they could spend any amount, say they spent $20, and they look at the card, they read the card, they say, wow, I got all the way to December the 26th, to the last day of the year to use this card. The loyalty cards is a year, just like I give the coaching is for a year. Okay. So when the loyalty card is for a year, what happens is, soon as they turn around and they walk out the door, they go, oh, if I make another purchase, I get another stamp. And I'm like, yeah, okay, give me that toothpaste then. So they'll buy toothpaste. We have this organic toothpaste. It's so good. It's a long tube that lasts forever. Like you can't brush your teeth enough, like months. Okay. But it's good toothpaste. And so they'll say, I got 2 marks on my card. And so then they'll come back the following week and they'll get another card, another punch. And then sometimes, you know how some people do the lottery, buy lottery tickets? They'll run 2 loyalty cards. I don't want to fill that one up. I want another one. So when I come in, I can get bonus points. So some people run 2 cards and some people run 1 card. But after, what happens when you give your client a service, say like you do a $100 hairdo or a $75 hairdo, $75, and you sign your name. Just make sure that it's your signature with a $sign and 75, not 175. Make sure they use an odd color pen or something. Okay, so when you write the amount in there. And then, but these are your customers, so you know how much stuff's supposed to cost anyway, right? Well, when you put this on there, they will keep this in their wallet where they can find it. And if they come back and they say, oh, I forgot my loyalty card. So guess what you do? You start them another one. And when they come in, you can combine them. Okay, so if they lose their card, or they left their card at home, or they change their wallets, or they change their purse, you get them a second loyalty card. This is guaranteed that you're going to get them back. And they want to see if it's really true. They want to say, well, I done spent $75. I done spent $300. I done spent $400. I done spent $200. I want to see if you're really going to give me $195 worth of merchandise. So I add all the cards up. I add all the money up. If 6 purchases average up, divided by 6, 6 divided by 6. If it averages up that it's $195, here you have $195 shopping spree. You can use it all today, or you can use some of it today. Girl, shut your mouth. No, it's true. And they'll come in. Some of them will buy it all, or some of it up. Some of them will say, I'm only going to use half of it and I'm going to come back. But you know what that does? That make that client so in love with you. And you are so valuable to them that is worth every penny and gold. Because no matter how much you do online, no matter how much you spend on TV, I did billboards, I did regular TV, NBC, ABC, everything but Fox. Okay. I don't think it was on my subscription what I had. But anyway, that person that you gave that $195 cash value, they will bring that 10 times more back to you. And then I always look at it like this. What if somebody stole a dress? I just got a stolen dress. But what I'm saying is that person done spent more than $195 with me 6 times. So am I going to be selfish and don't want to give it back? No, I'm going to give it back, because what happens when they wear it, they're going to be seen by somebody. Even if it's an oil, somebody going to say, you sure smell good. Oh my gosh, where'd you get that? And guess what they're going to do? Instead of coming buying one oil, they're going to buy 5 oils. So what I did was I got rid of on some of my items that I use to get people in the store all the time, like buy 2, get 1 free, buy 3, get 1 free. I got rid of that because of the inflation, and I went strictly to a loyalty card. So that means, look, I can't give you a buy 2, get 1 free because it costs me more and I would lose money. So in order for the store to stay here, I have to make some money, and then I got to be able to bless you with keeping my doors open. Bless you with keeping my employees paid. Bless you because you paid the light bill for me this month for this store or that store or that store. You know what I mean? So it teaches you how to give. Now, I'm going to talk about giving. I know I'm going long, but I got to get it. This is second quarter. We got a fabric. I'm going to be doing another fabric video tomorrow. It's a series of 6 fabric videos. I'm showing you different fabrics that I sell. And one person saw the fabric, and I don't just say my price out there. I tell you because I give you a direct line to me to talk to me. But my fabric is genuine. And I want to say this because say like Constance got fabrics that was given to her and she's making beautiful pieces. Okay, that's great. But sometimes you're going to go and buy some fabric. And when you're going to buy the fabric, you want to not only look at price, you want to look at quality. Don't let quality stop you from buying the fabric. So if you never really bought real fabric, then it probably could be sticker shock to spend $16, $20, $30, $40 a yard of fabric. My first really nice fabric that I bought 35 years ago was $45 a yard. And I had to have it because it was the most beautiful piece of mud cloth in the world. I'm like, I had to save up to buy that piece of fabric because I was living life big. I had a new car, new house, new bills, right? Okay. But that fabric that I bought 35 years ago have taken me around the world 7 times, y'all. It has built these stores. It's taking care of these classes that I'm coaching. It has given people jobs. It has put kids through college in villages in Africa that I've never met. You know, so what I'm saying is when you buy your fabric, especially if you buy it from me, I'm going to tell you how to work it. You could buy a yard of fabric from me. I can tell you how to make $100 out of a yard of fabric. No doubt in my mind. Okay? I can tell you how to use an accent. I can tell you how to do other things with it. Don't be afraid of buying quality fabric. Pray that you get the right design, that you get the right price, you get the right clientele to see it, and you will overflow with money from that fabric. Don't look at the fabric and say, I'm not paying that money for that kind of fabric. I'm going to tell you what happens when you buy real fabric. When you buy real fabric, it goes back to help the family that made the fabric. When you buy cheap fabric, when I say cheap, you know what cheap fabric is, right? You can say, oh, it looks good, but it ain't going to last that long. I just want to wear it one time. One time, you only die one time. When you die one time, they're going to put you in the cheapest outfit? Oh, I don't think so. When you die that one time, they're going to put you in your best 9-to-5 outfit. So when you make your garments, don't make your garments for, and take this seriously, what I'm about to say. Don't make your garments just for the poor. Okay. And what I'm saying that to say is that even people that are having a hard time, they want to look good. Right? Don't make your garments that say, I just want to make this because I just want a quick dollar. When you spend your time and labor on a fabric, you need to make sure that that fabric is worth your time and labor. Because if you start sewing that fabric and it start ripping when you just get the first seam ripper on it, then you're going to be like, man, I can't sew this stuff. Okay? So that doesn't mean that all good fabric is expensive either. It's like a sweet spot. Find the fabric that you see, that you like, that you can feel, that you can touch, that you can relate to, that you feel good bringing it to the universe. You know, your hands see it, you feel it, you smell it. You say, oh, this is going to look so good on somebody. Like those outfits I showed you last week. And when you get that fabric, guess what? All those pieces that come off, like the leaves coming on the ground, I told you about, I got beat up by all those treasures that come by. That's more money. So when you get fabric is like the foundation. When you get a good fabric for your foundation, you ain't nothing but being blessed. And then as you keep creating, that's when you can do a sale. That's when you can do, you can gift somebody something, and you don't have a problem putting it all together. And then when you're making it, and you're making it an item that's simple, or that you don't mind making 100 times, then your sale's gonna go. Okay, so I'm saying that because some people were saying, I don't pay that much for fabric. Well, they don't probably know where the fabric come from. And then a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times people buy fabric because they say, oh, I'm gonna get this fabric and I'm gonna make a lot of money. And then they get this fabric and they don't find nobody sewing. And they're like, oh my God, I got this container of fabric, nobody's sewing, so I'm just gonna sell it for nothing to get rid of it. But guess what happens? You can't find them again. You have to find fabric suppliers that's going to always have new and fresh fabrics, because when that person just buy it and they get rid of it, then you can't find them. And you're like, well, I don't know what to do because I can't find them. So you got to find your steadfast suppliers and you sell it. And that's why I sell the fabric that I have at my price. First of all, if you're a member, you get a different discount. If you buy 5 yards, you get one free. If you are a member, and then if you are a person getting coach, you get a different price. So that means that you already got some skin in it. You're already with me. So we just start doing retail, wholesale. And what that does is just allows us to buy another container of fabric. So as you're doing your thing, you can do it. Now, the last thing about fabric, the reason I use African fabric and African accents is because it has life. It has meaning. It's just a sense of greatness. And you can use the smallest piece and it'll draw money. It has always drawn money to me. I mean, it just draws money. Does that mean other fabrics won't draw money? No. So I'm just saying, embrace your culture, whatever it is, whoever your circle is. Because when I learned about Mr. Sam Walton, which was the person that did Walmart's and Sam's, he said, Develop things that works for your community. So I'm going to be going to Hawaii probably in July, right? I have friends in Hawaii. So when I go to Hawaii, I got to find out, what are they doing? I've never been to Hawaii. What are they wearing? Why does it mean so much? What does those, those things like that mean? Why is it so powerful? And why is it so expensive? You know? So when I go there, I'm going to bring all that back to you. But I'm not going to go there and try to make them buy African clothes. I'm going to go there and learn their culture. So whatever your background is, whatever's around you, you got to be the big fish in the tank. Don't be the little fish in the tank. Like, I'm scared, I don't know what they want. No, you go to a football game, you know all of them, they're going to wear all kind of stuff. So be the big fish in your tank. Wherever you live, know what they like, know what they want, know what their price points are, know how to buy one, get one free, know how to add a flower, So don't down somebody because they're doing their thing. You are unique and you got to give. You got to give, but you got to get paid for it. Don't give it away. Many of you say, I got it, Miss Evelyn. I love it, but I just give it away. No. Guess what? Your light bill ain't going to give you 1 wattage of free electric. I'm moving the table. Your wattage, your light bill, your phone bill, your garbage bill, your cell phone bill. I mean, name 50 bills. I bet everybody can name 50 bills they got. No, I ain't got but 1 bill. Yes, you do. You got more than 1. You got more than 10. Some of them are automatic. Some of them you might just pay it off. And then you can create bills easily. Like a bill is somebody who keep asking you for money. Oh, here you go, $5. Oh, I need $50. Here you go. That's a bill. You don't get it in a statement, but you get it on the phone or a text. All right. Anybody asking you money that's coming out your pocket is a bill. So those bills cost. So stop making your items and getting away for free unless it's on your loyalty card. Then you give it free, but have you really given it free? You haven't given it free what it is. And I'm getting ahead of myself. But when you have the loyalty card and you have a terminal that have tips, they will give you a tip plus your price with the loyalty card. Now, when you get a tip, do not include the tip in the amount. Do not include the tip in the amount on the loyalty card. Only put the value of the purchase and the sales tax, but do not put the tip because the tip is yours. You don't want to give the tip back. You want the tip to be yours. Okay, I'm gonna ask some more questions. Okay, this is Miriam says she totally loved the fabric video. We're gonna have some more. I'm gonna try to scroll back because I don't want to miss a question. I had 100 last week. Okay. Sweet Pearl Creations, so that makes sense. Miriam says, wow. I'm going to jump on that loyalty card. This is from Constance. I'm going to order them tomorrow. Yes, that's Vista Print. Look for a coupon. If you're ordering the loyalty cards, look for Vista Print. I'm not an affiliate yet, but I'm going to ask you to do that. I don't get anything for that. This is Constance. Will you be able to show us how to do bucket hats on one of your lives? Sure, I will. Miriam says, great information. I'm about chatting. I'm not chatting much because I'm taking a lot of notes. Okay, great. She's a note taker. I want everybody to take notes. Okay. Okay, this is saying about the gift card. I put the amount on the gift card, and when they come in the next time, yes, if you put the amount that they purchase on the gift card yourself, write the gift card, write the amount, initial it on the end so you know it's your signature. And if you're a party of one, you know it's your signature. But in here we have 4 or 5 people that give out gift cards. I mean, give out loyalty cards in the store. Okay, yes, the fabric that I have is organic. Yes, your order is on the way. You should receive it in 2 to 3 days. Your order is coming by UPS. If it's a heavy order, I send it by UPS because they get there quicker. If it's a lighter order, I send it by USPS. So if you're ordering something from me, if it's over heavy to me is anything 10 pounds or more. If it's over 10 pounds, I send it with UPS because that's a freight company. Uh, yes, Sweet Pearl Creation says, I know that is genuine. I love great quality fabrics. When I was going to home decor items, I did the best of the fabrics and got paid for it. That's right. Now, this is Sweet Pearl Creations. When you buy upholstery fabrics are very quality fabrics. I mean, you could just make a vest or you can just make a shift, something with a hole in the neck and go over front and back. You can easily take that fabric, especially if you like, there are upholstery fabrics that I would easily spend $45 a yard, but I would make $150 out of that 1 yard. And I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of stuff to it. So you can take a $5 yard of fabric and maybe make $20. And you got to build it up, put a line in, you got to do this, do that. You got to add to it. And if you'd have bought a $15 yard of fabric that's quality, that's stunning, and you be like, man, I have to do much for that. Okay. So it's time saving too. Okay. Someone, Miss Sweet Pearl says she's gonna send me her latest creations. If you are on this channel tonight and you want me to highlight you and you bring something to the table, please text me 407-590-8767. 407-590-8767. And I will showcase you and probably call you. Let's see. We almost at the end here. A popular fabric that I love sells dead stock fabric is the reason I'm asking. Okay. Linda Brown says, hi, Miss Evelyn and fellow boot campers. Are your treasure boxes always available? Yes, treasure boxes are always available. They will never run out, ever, ever, ever. So if you like a treasure box, they're $20. They're $20 for African fabrics and little treats in there, and they are $45 for mud cloth. So if you like African fabrics and you're looking for things to do, or even it's a project that you're working on and you need some accents, then you can get it's $20 for the African fabrics, and that's what I charge. Okay. Okay, this is Miriam is saying hi. Okay. Let's see. The last one, it says Constance is the last one. Have you made a decision about October for the coming of us coming for exhibit? Okay, I'm going to make a decision about October, the end of May, the beginning of June. I am still looking at what's going on in the world, and and I want to make sure that when I make this decision that we are safe, and that we also are, because we still right now is in a what do you call it, a lockdown, not a lockdown, or government shutdown. So this past month has been crazy with the airports, with long lines and 5-hour wait times and stuff like that. So I'm cautious of making sure that when we come, it's the least amount of havoc to get here. Because if you do the boot camp, I'm thinking that the boot camp, if you're preparing for the boot camp, there's a few things that we may do that I have on the board. First of all, the boot camp will be a weekend of us showcasing our gifts and what we have to each other. It also will be a platform for you to discuss your business. Like you would get on the stage and say, hey, this is Sweet Pearls Creations from blah blah blah, this is what my hobby is, this is my gift, this is my business, and this is what I have. And you would actually showcase, it would be an open forum where you would showcase what you make. And then if you want to be able to ask questions about your business or what you should be doing next, then that will be a Q&A answer that can be among people. Okay, so that's one section of the boot camp, of everybody that's coming, that's on the channel, to be able to showcase what they do and what they make. The second part of the boot camp would be to actually model what you make. Or even if it's a quilt, if you had to wrap the quilt around you and you show, your bestie, so people will get actually to see it. All right. Okay. So you only make children's clothes. You would actually walk and show your children's pieces. So first you'll be in exhibit form. This is the blueprint that I'm talking about. You'll be in exhibit form, and then you will be able to showcase your item. But the goal of the boot camp is to get your mindset ready to sell. The boot camp is you will also be able to buy from each other. If you see what somebody like, you can buy from each other. You also will be able to order from each other. You also will be able to put your name in a guest book that we could feature you in your city, that people can say, hey, you have a directory where I like to buy from this person, I like to buy from that person. So we will be cross-referencing each other with that, with your name, your website if you have one, your text, your email, and what your specialty is. So we can do a like a directory of who came to the boot camp. And lastly, of all, we will be taking your questions on where you want to be within the next year or so. So it'll be like an open forum class that we will be able to talk. And within the 2 days, we would have like workshops, but it'll be an open forum. It'll be like a big round circle that everybody could see each other and do things. Now that off the top of my head, I'm thinking if you fly, hotel, and the minimum exhibit fee, I'm thinking that would probably be anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 round trip. The booth fee would be minimum, but I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about when you get here, how to get here, how to leave. Of course, that's your round trip. But your hotel fee, someone said roommates, we can definitely do the roommates. We want to have it on a weekend so you can come. If you come earlier, you can go visit the parks. It's a vacation city. And then we close out on Saturday night or Sunday brunch, like that. And that can easily add up if you go out and food, if you rent a car, if you come here and you rent a car. I'm thinking about all of that. So that's what I'm thinking about. So if you were coming, I want you to be prepared for what they expected. And then if you feel like buying some fabrics and stuff, I do have to tell you right now what I'm seeing in this mall and a lot of malls, that there's a turnover rate. That wouldn't hurt them. That wouldn't hurt our thing. But a lot of people are afraid of being in business. A lot of people are leaving because they are just afraid. People are afraid of what's going on in the world. So they're going to back into their houses or back even working in the storage units. I recommend get a place where you can be highly visible so you can do it and work on the rent so it's affordable. So I'm just letting you know that if you come, that right now what we're experiencing in this mall, which I see on a lot of places around the world, is that or a lot of the bigger cities, if you're in a very high-end expensive place, then the malls are thriving. But if you're in a mall where it's in the local community, the mall here is very nice. It's beautiful. It has anchors as Dillard's and J.C. Penney's. There's also the driver license place that's here. The food court is fully stocked. Almost all the food court spots are open, but still the inline stores are starting to fade away, which I'm feeling kind of sad because they're my friends, but they're giving up. And most of the people that are leaving is because they won't do an online store. They want to just do they want to just do business with the mall clients. And if you notice, every business have an online store. J.C. Penney's online, Walmart online, Dillard's online. Okay, so even the multi-billionaires have online, and online is just your phone. It's right there. And what happens with being in a mall or being in a store is that people want to touch, they want to see, they want to feel, they want to try on. And I think as anyone, we need that. We need to keep that. And we have a lot of people that give up. But this is how it works. It's Ecclesiastes, a season, a reason, and a lifetime. Some people stay with it, some people give up, some people come back. All right. So I just want to share that with you. But I think everybody should have a physical store. I think it's great for the community. It's great for everybody to be able to say, oh man, I'm gonna go over to Sarah's, I'm gonna go over to Jeannie's, I'm gonna go over to Mary's. You know what I mean? So I think that. But that's how I feel about this tonight. Now, this is gonna hurt some people. I'm gonna close out. But and when I say this is because if you haven't paid your dues, your membership, please do. I'm actually working on trying to find the list of the members that used to be with us, because the end of February there was that glitch and I was trying to stop the payments from going up, and then I had to click off and click back on, and so it said that I wasn't taking members because I didn't want the price to go up. So I was able to go back and reinstate the old prices, but some members didn't come back. So I got a nice message from a Wanda Brown. And what happens is if you have not renewed your membership, it won't let me go back and look at your name, because I really want to call your name for 2 months until you got your membership. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That's my old, why I keep saying, let me tell you something. That's really country, y'all. I got to get some new words. But what I'm going to say is things are tough. If you don't have it on a reoccurring card, it automatically, like whenever you join, it automatically will throw you off if you don't have a reoccurring card. It could be on a card that you have to keep uploading, or a card that you say, okay, this is my play card, right? So if your membership does not automatically renews on the card that you have, they'll probably send you a text or email. So if I don't call your name, it's only because you have not renewed your membership. Now, what I am doing and what I'm trying to do, I'm working on doing, not trying, is to find all the past members that haven't renewed, to still call your name out, because you're part of the village. You're part of the boot camp. And if you're going through something, you're still part of the boot camp. You know, I know it might be like, why they can't come up with $3? Look, things happen. Cars expired, bills come through, and you just, it's not like the most important thing. But this is important for your growth to get out of that situation. Think of it like this. What you learn from this channel is going to help you get out of whatever financial situation, or inspire somebody in your life to get into a situation that's going to make them money that is not always tied to a 9-to-5. It's something that you bring to the universe. So this list is short because some people this is as of today. Okay, so when I call the membership names means this is who has renewed their membership for this month. So don't throw rocks at me, because I try to call everybody's name off. And if I don't call your name off, it's only because it hasn't been updated. Okay. And that's what it is, because you are so important to me. I would never want to miss a name. But here we go. Tracy Davis, Jean Robinson, Life Living Lorraine, Ellen Banks, Alice Sandra Barnhart, Michelle Stringer, Daughters of Zion Creations, Mildred's Desserts, Sweet Pearl Creations, Miriam Masterpieces, Yana Hodgepodge, Queen of Hearts, Bernice Thompson, Carolyn Royal, Nina Rose Treasures, Pink Pizzazz Boutique, Shamrock Customs, Learline Rockingham, Lumen Laser, Angela Hamilton, Miss T from the SIP, and Linda Brown. That does not mean you're not a member. That just means this is the list that they updated me as of today. So that means that if your name was not called, that means that probably you need to just check with YouTube, see if they got everything correct, and they do it there. I spent an hour and a half looking for back doors to call everybody name that I've been calling since 6 months. Okay, so that's the list that's active today. So they give me a current list. Now, because of security purposes and all your information is private, I could not get your names, because if you're not a member that they have that's showing right now, they block me from seeing any past names that say, hey, I want you to know, I want you to rejoin. But if I didn't call your name, I really do want you to rejoin. If you cannot, for whatever reason, maybe you don't have the time to be with the YouTube channel right now, I want you to know that we appreciate you. And when you can come back, come back. And even then, if something is going on, go look at all the past videos and get the guidance that you need to get where you need to be. Because at the end of the day, when we do better, we all do better. You know, we all connected. We all do better, and we all can make it. There's nobody on this channel that cannot tenfold your income. Think of that. There is nobody watching me tonight or watching this channel that cannot tenfold your income. Okay? So if you got $1, turn it into $10. You got $10, turn it into $100. You got $100, turn it into $1,000. Now, when you first start out, you may have that dollar that can only turn into $3. But what'll happen is you'll add more ingredients. You'll add more things. When you got your excess things to put with it, gives it more value. And that dollar and the things you got, you've already made a profit, right? So that dollar now can turn into $5. Then later that dollar will turn into $9. Then later that dollar will turn into $10. So there's nothing that you have that you cannot tenfold. Okay, for instance, Constance got some free fabric. She had to mastermind the design, right? She sewed it together. So whatever she make it, she just have her labor, time, and her utilities in it. So she can times it by $100, $50, $150, even if it's $30. She made a profit. And now she take that and she make more. But remember, the same thing sells more than one. We always think we want to be different. But don't you want that Mercedes that she got? Don't you want that 2-story house that he got? Don't you want them boots that he had on that didn't put no corns on his feet? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we're more alike than different. We like nice things. We like nice values. And we like great quality for a good price. We don't like nice things at a cheap price because we think it's something wrong with it. You know, but if you pay quality, guess what they do? They'll come and give you coffee. They'll say, come on back, let's take care of it. But if you already paid the money, they go, no, I lose money on that. So just think of it like that. Think deep. Think items. Get your items stocked. Let's get these websites up. Let's get this coaching up. So if you come to the class, you're going to get more out of it when you're being coached. You're going to get tax exempt. You're going to get your business license. You're going to get your lines of credit. You're going to get the website. Okay? We're going to give you 5 places you can call right away and get you a business, get a line of credit. And once you get that line of credit, you know what you're going to use it for. Even if you got a line of credit that maybe you needed a pop-up tent, or you might need a generator. and you need something and you didn't have that $1,000. But if you had that line of credit and you had the merchandise already made, but you just got to build your structure, then you would take those sales and pay that card off. And now you got that stuff paid for. You can do more and more and more shows. Because most lines of credit start with 1,000 and then they go bigger. But you need to know the lines that going to work for you. What are you into? What do you need? Which kind of sources you need? And that's where we're going to go from there. Tonight was great. We're going to tenfold. Luma said, I'm going to tenfold. We're going to make, look, money is going to be your last problem, right? Because you're going to have money coming to you. People are going to go to sleep thinking about you. What can she do for me to make my life better? Prom dresses, graduation, hats for my cruise, a hat for my wedding dress. All those things got to be made. A quilt for my grandma, a quilt for my baby's christening. You know what I'm saying? Some art for my heart. Everything comes from all of us to bring the world a better place. And I not only do I believe it, I see it, I know it, and I live it. And if I'm here to inspire you, I want you to know I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to keep pushing you. I want to say, hey, what you doing? Did I see a picture this week? What are we doing? What are we getting made? What's the price of this? What can we do? What are we doing? Children's clothes? You know, kids like to look good too, right? Are we doing pajamas? Are we doing, you know what? I actually started wearing a bonnet to sleep because my hair growing too fast. I'm putting bonnets on so I can sleep good. You know, I used to wear them, you know, kind of like stylish, different things, but now I got to sleep in them. So what I'm saying is everybody got a gift. Let's get those gifts, get your garments made, get your items made, make some jewelry, make some hats, make some scarves, make some graduation stuff. Do a list of things that you could do. And then let's start making at least one of those items. And whatever you write that list down, see can you make it within 2 hours? Well, I can make it in 20 minutes. No, I say 2 hours because we're allowing for interruptions. We're allowing for needles to break. We're allowing for running out of elastic. We're allowing for not the right color button. Okay? Once you get that rhythm going, get those items together so we can build your store. Remember we building a store? Even if it's in a closet. Okay, I got my skirts here. I got my pants here. I got my jackets here. I got my tops here. I got my jewelry there. So when you go do an exhibit or you set up somewhere and you show your showcase, guess what you're doing? You're selling in public and you're selling online. Okay, we got to get everybody that's being coached online. And online coaching, we're going to do it. And you got your inventory ready. And now you know what it is? You threw 10 poles out in the water. And we got 63 million people looking to buy something from somebody that's unique. Not 6, not 600, not 6,000, not 60,000. We got 63 million people looking for you, Constance, looking for you, Miss Bernice, looking for you, Miss Gwendolyn, looking for you and you and you and you and you. Okay? And they're going to find you. Miss Brenda, they looking for you. Miss Mildred, they looking for you. Okay. Miss Sweet Pearls, they looking for you. Lumna, they already found you, right? All right. Love you guys. Until I see you again, I'll be putting up more fabric tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. And we are going to look tomorrow night for those astronauts to come in from the moon. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. We're going to put all our troubles behind us, and we're going to wait for those 4 people to come from the moon tomorrow down in Houston, Texas. I am so excited to see them. Take care, everybody. I mean, I'm right there, but I'm going to be here. But I want to see them get off that shuttle. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.